Hi, everyone. I am Professor Skonieczny, and I want to be the first to officially welcome you to the International Relations Graduate Program at San Francisco State. I'm going to give you a few tips for success at the very early stages right now and prioritize what is the most important thing for you to focus on in the next week or two, which is registration for fall. It's very important that you follow steps to get into the classes that I recommend for you. And if you have any issues or specific questions, you can reach out to me and schedule a meeting, or I can answer them via email. Okay, first, I just want to give you a little bit of an overview of the bureaucracy at San Francisco State and the key areas that you need to know as a graduate student. This is a big university, but the graduate studies program is actually pretty small. We only have about 1,500 graduate students, but the whole university is over 25,000. So it's a big place. So it's really important that you find your home in a couple departments. So I'm going to let you know what these are. It's really, really important. The number one bureaucratic home for graduate students is the Graduate Studies Division. This is its own college. This is where all your forms are. You've already been in touch with them through your application process, through if you're an international student, through all your visa stuff. They handle everything. Your forms, your time to degree, steps to success, all international student information, all your deadlines towards getting your bureaucratic hoops and steps that are needed for your degree to make sure that you graduate on time and you register on time and all of these bureaucratic things. This is not in our department. This is not me. I'm not in charge of these things. This is the graduate studies department. So it's important to know where the website is and how to get in touch with them. I can help navigate this for you a little bit, but the first line of defense is them. The second partner, and the second equally important partner for your degree, is our department. I am the graduate coordinator, so I am your main point of contact for all advising. I advise all the graduate students. I work with you one-on-one. I work with you as a group in order to get you through the program and through the degree the most successful way possible that fits with your needs and what you want out of your degree. The graduate coordinator is the advisor, which means registration, pathway questions, crisis management, course information, schedules, etc. Those are all school success mentoring, stuff like that comes through me. Another partner, couple partners in your IR department will be your faculty members. Your faculty are critically important for your success. You should be reaching out to them, getting to know them through your classes you're taking, and eventually you'll be forming a two-person faculty committee who will be assisting you in your last year or so of your graduate program for your CE project, which is the cumulative experience, either a thesis or internship paper. A third really important partner in graduate school is your peers. You want to network with your cohort, with the second years and above students. You want to get to know your grad students, forum Slacks, forum chats, WhatsApp groups, etc. These are so critical for your success, is to have a peer group. You remember that your peers are also getting a degree in international relations. They're interested in the same kind of things you are. They're also navigating a new school oftentimes. They are international students sometimes, or they're students who have been at San Francisco State, who know where to go, what to do, who know the city, who know the Bay Area. So you need to bond and find peers, not just for friendship, which is also really important, but think of them as networking opportunities. They're your first network as you move forward in your career. The other partner for your degree is San Francisco State, more broadly speaking. You want to maximize the use of resources. We have a great gym, a great health and wellness center, a pool. We have career services where you can get help for finding internships, etc. We have the Office of International Programs, a study abroad program, a rec center, mental health, etc. So those are also really, really important. Okay, I want to give you a little snapshot of your curriculum so that you understand that what it takes to get this degree in 2 years. This is on our website. You can find it again, but I just want to highlight it because sometimes you can't get the exact courses you want, but you always need a combination of these particular classes. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little overview. The first section of your degree is what we call the core. These are the required classes that every single graduate student takes. So the core is 12 units long. You can see it here. Remember that our classes are pretty much only offered once a year. Occasionally, we've offered IR 720 in the fall and the spring, but we can't guarantee that. So if you see a core class, you should try to take it if you can register for it. Okay, you want to take core every semester until your core is done. This is just, there's only 4 core classes that are required, but you want to get them done so that you're finished with them in the first 3 semesters. The second piece is the IR department electives. These are electives with IR in the prefix, and they range from IR 730 all the way to 749. The first group, the 730 to 739, are what we call thematic classes, like security or law, etc. And the 40s prefixes are the regional classes, so American foreign policy, Middle East, China, etc. And you need to take a combination of these, and you can find out looking at our website what you want to take. But ultimately, you want to take 3 classes and at least 1 of each. Okay. The next group are electives. These can be more international relations electives if you want. You can take all IR classes, but some students want to take electives from other departments: business, history, environmental studies, political science, journalism. There's so many departments that you can take: ethnic studies, gender and sexuality, sociology. So you can mix and match with other classes if you don't want to just take an IR class. And this is also 9 units. They can be, 2 of them can be upper division undergraduate classes. And for that, the prefix is anything about IR 300 and above, or the 300 level or above is considered upper division. Anything below that would be freshman, sophomore level. It's too low for you guys. So any upper division, you could take language classes. Language can be even lower division. Like if you want to take a beginning Persian class or a Spanish class and you've never taken the language, you can take up to 2 language classes that can also count. Those would be any undergraduate classes. And then you can take grad or undergrad from other departments. Again, undergrad, you can only take 2 classes. Okay, but that would be 9 units is considered 3 classes. So that would leave you with 1 that would be a grad class. And then the final project that you do for your MA degree is the capstone project. We call it the CE project, which stands for Culminating Experience. There's either a thesis or an internship report, and that's 3 units, and you take that in your final semester before you graduate. I'm going to give you a little overview of what this would look like on the ground for 2-year pathways. 9 units is considered full-time. So it's not the same as when you're taking 15 units like your undergraduate class. It's 3 graduate classes. Sometimes you might take an extra class like a colloquium, which is a 1-unit class, and I'll highlight this here in a minute. But this will get you to your degree in 4 semesters. So the first semester, which will be your fall, would be, do you want to take 2 cores if you can? And then you want to take an IR elective. And then I advise you to take the colloquium if you can, which is IR 709. It's a 1-unit class that meets 5 times during the semester. And it's a speaker series. It's a chance for you to get to know faculty and your cohort a little bit. And it's 1 extra unit. And then you would do the same in the second semester: 2 cores and 1 elective. And then you can also take either the colloquium again or the careers and IR class, which is 2 units. If you take the colloquium 3 times, it's the equivalent of 1 of your electives because it equals out to 3 units. Your third semester, you want to take any of your remaining core that you couldn't take, maybe because it was full or you missed it or something, you couldn't take it on your schedule. Any remaining IR department electives and any remaining IR or non-IR electives. And you want to kind of finish off. And then your 4th semester, you are down to 1 or 2 classes, and then your CE project. And that's your pathway towards degree. It's very doable in 4 semesters. Some students also sometimes take a summer class or 2, which would even expedite it further because we offer undergraduate classes in the summer, and you could save your 2 undergrad classes and take them in the summer and count them as electives. And then you could even be done in 3 semesters or finish your classes and then just do your CE project your last semester. Let's talk about fall. Fall registration is coming up. It starts on June 10th. You want to look and see what your registration time. You have a time slot for yourself. Each student is unique, so find out what that is. You want to make sure you're registering right on time. We have a very full schedule. We already have students that registered that are returners. So you already will notice that several of the classes already are full or have seats full. And then there aren't really enough seats in every single class for every student who's coming in. So there's going to be some of you that will register a little bit late and you'll miss out on getting your first choice of schedule. So I've got some alternatives for you. And there's many different ways to go, so I don't want you to panic, but I do want you to register on time and try to get the best schedule that you can for yourself. The class schedule is now available online, so you can click here and find it and see what the class times are. You can also find out your registration date and time in the Student Center. You can clear, or you should clear any holds that you have and choose your classes. Okay, I want to give you a couple sample schedules as you approach fall registration. The ideal schedule for a first semester graduate student would be to take IR 720, which is the Theory and Approaches class, IR 725, which is the Foreign Policy Analysis class. Both of these are the first core classes that students usually take. And then to choose one of our IR electives, we're offering IR 733, IR 735, 743, and 746 in the fall, so you can choose one of those. And then to take the IR Colloquium, which is a speaker series I mentioned earlier, for a total of 10 units. For some of you, the schedule is going to work out and it will be great, but we have a cap of 20 students for each of these classes. And so given that we have an incoming cohort of around 25 students and a few students that didn't take these classes last year, it's going to be over full at a certain point. So if you go to register for your classes and you realize that 720 is full, for example, then you want to take that whatever core is open. So these are going to fill up. Take a core if you can, either 720 or 725, and then take 2 IR electives if you can't take a core class. If for some reason both of these classes are full, then you would want to take 3 IR electives if you can. Okay, and if you can't get IR classes and they're all full, or you can only get 2 of them and you need advice on another one, you should reach out to me and I can find you another class that you can take. I also recommend taking the colloquium if you can, because I'm teaching it. It's a great way to get to know me, you get to know other cohort members, and you get to be introduced to our faculty and academic research. A couple other things to consider when you're thinking about your program and your classes. As I mentioned, you could take 9 units from other departments. Our students take it from iBusiness, from poli-sci, from history, from public administration, from public health. You can take language classes that can count towards a degree. You can study abroad for 1 or even 2 semesters. You can take electives during the summer, as I mentioned, although grad classes are not offered, so you would need to take an undergrad class. You can also take 1 class at UC Berkeley during your time here for the same tuition and without needing to apply to Berkeley to take the class. You can take a graduate class at Berkeley. There's a form to fill out. And that's a really awesome experience for our graduate students to be able to take grad classes with the Berkeley students. You can go part-time, which is 6 units. We also have a good number of students that present their research at the International Studies Association Western Conference in Pasadena in your second year. Last year, I had 11 students that presented at this conference. This year, we're going to have 5 students that are going to present in the fall. We also have an international relations journal that's run by our undergraduates, and grad students can help out and be editors of that journal. So there's many, many possibilities for you to make the most out of your graduate time in our program. And lastly, I just want to direct you to the resources and the websites that you should know that are really critical to support you as you start your program. I already mentioned the Graduate Studies website, our website, and look for the current student tab. You can find out all of the classes that are required, etc. there. SFSU Career Services is where you can go to get help with your internship searches, look for jobs, look for on-campus jobs, help with your career materials such as your CV or resume, LinkedIn, interview help, stuff like that. The Study Abroad website is, if you're interested in that, you can find out what programs are available for grad students. We have tutoring services that are available for graduate students to get writing support, find support groups for writing your thesis. You can also work for tutoring services if you'd like to work with undergraduates. And as I mentioned before, there's of course a bunch of resources that you have available to you through San Francisco State that you should take advantage of. So I look forward to working with you. I can't wait to meet you. We're super excited you're joining our program, and please reach out if you have any specific questions or anything that deviates from what I've talked about, or you're having trouble getting your classes or need help over the summer. But mostly, I want you to register on time and start getting excited about your journey, which is about to begin in the fall. And we look forward to supporting you and meeting you really soon.